everyone. We are Team 12. I'm Kelsey. This is Christina, Aditya, Sean, and Pranav. And we're going to speak to you about an article we read called The Peanut Patch. So our original interest in this article was the fact that food allergies are a much more common and prevalent issue than people really realize. Show of hands, does anyone in here have a food allergy or intolerance of any sort? A couple of people? Okay, well, 1 in 13 children has a food allergy, which sounds like not that much, but it's a 50% rise since 1997 because of the amount of antibiotics, GMOs, and all sorts of things that we're consuming. And so our nation's population is vastly becoming unhealthier and unhealthier. Personally, I suffer from a food allergy, and I have to keep medication on me. I have to keep an EpiPen on me at all times to make sure that if I do happen to consume something, I don't die. So this was an interesting article to me, to see a solution to something that had never really been proposed a solution to before. And to me, this was interesting because it affects our economy and our infrastructure and our nation in ways that we don't even realize. $25 billion a year is spent on hospital visits for uninsured people who suffer from these food allergies and intolerances and things. Hospital emergency ER visits have gone up 7 times since 1997, and one anaphylaxis-related ER visit every 3 minutes. That means every 3 minutes somebody's calling the ER and the ambulance because they can't breathe because they ate something they didn't know was in their food.
So this is a solution called the Peanut Patch. It's comprised of 3 parts: the breathable adhesive, the backing with the antigen, and the adhesive crown. Within the adhesive crown, a condensation chamber is created, which mixes your sweat with the 250 micrograms of peanut protein, which then absorbs back into your skin over a period of time. In a study after 2 years, 7% of daily users were able to eat foods that had trace amounts of peanut. This is estimated to cost $6,500 a year for each user. Next, I'm going to pass it off to Eddie to tell you about what we learned.
So what we learned from this article is that peanut allergies affects our 5.2 million of the United States population, and so far treatment has been limited. And for you guys with friends, relatives suffering from this type of allergies, I have both the good and the bad news for you. Let's go with the good one first. So the good news is Pierre Hermé of DBV Technologies, the French firm known for its allergen, for a Viaskin allergen, has created a new patch which shows relief in symptoms for about 70% of its users. The bad news is this treatment is said to cost about $6,500 per year, but again, you can't put a price tag on your well-being. I'm going to go ahead and pass it up to Christina, who's going to talk about career and education.
So how does the peanut patch relate to our careers? So all of us are either business majors or business minors, and with the peanut patch, there's a focus in supply chain management and marketing. So for supply chain management, we focus on the flow of the product and how the parts of the product all come together to create the peanut patch. So there's also figuring out funding and distribution on how we can create the product and distribute it into the healthcare system or with hospitals. So we're also looking at popularity in healthcare and how it's a revolutionary product. About 2.5 million people have the peanut allergy, and it's a new type of product, so it will be revolutionary within business and the healthcare field. And we're also looking at marketing. There's a correlation between increasing the popularity of the product and aiming it to reduce allergies, and it's becoming an easier product to market within the system. Now I'm going to pass on to Pranav, who's going to talk about correlations.
In 2007, only a few handheld smartphones were even around. Now they exist in everyone's pockets and in some of your hands right now. And so what this goes to show is that innovation is limitless. Over time, innovation will increase and will make a certain industry even better. The DBV is currently making that peanut patch. And actually, because of their success on the peanut patch, they're moving to another problem that's affecting Americans throughout the nation, which is lactose intolerance. A study from the United States Medicine Library shows that 65% of all human beings after infancy have a reduced ability to intake lactose. And so these people are moving to a whole different disease because of the success of the previous disease. And by doing such, they're innovating. And this goes to show that throughout even more years, innovation will be even better. More and more problems will be combating. And that concludes the presentation. Does anyone have any questions?